That's better.
ABCD. There we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so this is Astrologian. Astrologian is a really interesting job, but it has a lot of busy work and like a complex rotation, although it has been made simpler with Endwalker. I think if you want to pick up a healer that has a little bit more finesse to it than another healer, it's a really strong pick, but it's a little overwhelming for a new player. So I would put it in B tier for that. It's just like, it's got big pros, but also big cons, and it's a solid pick, but you have to get into it.
All right. Bard.
Bard. Hey, you know this one.
I can recognize
yes.
a fucking harp.
True. That's valid. Bard. So, Bard has made incredible changes in Endwalker, in my opinion. There are some issues with it, so it's not a perfect job, but compared to what it was in Shadowbringers, it's just leaps ahead. And while it's still not my favorite, like, DPS job, it has made, like, Shadowbringers Bard I would have put in C tier, Endwalker Bard I will put in A tier.
Okay. Meet the Ripper. I say S tier, but I have a bias towards Astrologian or Bard. I'm just reading. And I can translate that as black fucking mage.
Yeah. Bards, if they do something with the dots, like right now, the way to change it, it used to be that your dots would proc things, right? And that was cool, but they removed that synergy with your dots, so now you just have two buttons that you kind of have to keep up without any real synergy with any of your other shit. Like, it's just there. It's just buttons to press for the sake of pressing them, and it feels not very good. And if that little aspect of their kit was cleaned up, I would put it in S tier easy. But as long as that little disconnect is there, I feel like it's up to an A. I mean, yeah, but you don't have that synergy anymore, right? Like you used to. It just feels like an extra button to press for some passive damage, which goes against what I always felt was a sort of identity of Bard, right?
There we go. It does remove the issue of AoE in dungeons. You don't have AoE dot spread.
But yeah, Black Mage. I do not like Black Mage. I don't like any magical DPS, for that matter. Just do not like.
That's fair. Yeah, and this is this list is your personal opinions, and I will happily just the only thing I have even a mild opinion on is Warrior, and that's about it.
Yeah, but yeah, Black Mage is really well designed, probably because Yoshi plays Black Mage. Might have something to do with the design of it, but
I don't.
Okay, we'll ignore that. Yeah, so it's a really well designed class. However, if it is, as we said, this is my opinion here. I don't want to play Black Mage ever. For me, it's a D tier.
Okay.
Just don't enjoy it.
No, it's completely fair.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
what the fuck is that?
That's a blue mage.
Oh, thank you.
That is not a real job.
So D?
We can put it in B for blue mage. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Blue mage is blue mage. I like blue mage. It's just not. You can't do like proper content with it.
Blue mage is S tier for memes.
Yeah, I mean, I would either put it in B for whatever middle of the ground, or put it in S tier for just being a fun fucking job, even if you can't do real content with it.
Memes.
Yeah. Dancer. Dancer is currently my favorite ranged DPS. It's very, very easy to play. Just my only issue with it, I get bored of it when I play too much.
I just love the feelings. Just like you're like, I love this one, and the first thing I see in chat is I hate Dancer.
Yeah, I don't give a shit. This is my list.
Well.
Yeah, Dancer. I like Dancer. I do get bored of it if I play too much Dancer.
That's
but
fair, that's fair.
It's still, if I'm going to, I mean, lately I've been playing Bard more than Dancer, I guess. But I think I would put it in A tier.
Okay, that's completely valid. They destroyed Bard Shadow. Why play Bard Dance? That
Okay,
is that a thing?
So yeah, basically. As I said, Bard and Shadowbringers was fucking terrible, just the worst. And now Dancer is a little bit more of the worst, but it's still like, it's fun, right? That I'm not basing this off of what is the highest optimal DPS rotation. Like, I'm just like, how much do I enjoy this job? And I think for that, Dancer and Bard are kind of like on the same level-ish. Actually, all the physical DPS are. The physical ranged are like, yeah. Anyway, Dark Knight is unfortunately C tier right now, which pains me to say, because I fucking love Dark Knight aesthetic. It's just the ugly stepchild of the tanks. They need to make some changes to Dark Knight, and it hurts. I really want to like Dark Knight. Yeah, that's all there's to say about it. Also, worst invincibility in the game. Yeah. Dragoon.
I'm listening.
Dragoon is fun.
Is
Fun. Dragoon is fun. Dragoon suffers from being a melee DPS.
Isn't there a new
but it's
class
still
that has taken over the floor tank role with Endwalker?
not that I know of. I've not heard any memes about Reaper being a floor tank, so I don't know. But yeah, Dragoon, I like Dragoon. It's still like melee DPS in general, I'm not super keen on. But I like Dragoon, the aesthetic, the abilities, the animations. It's just like, it's a fun job. I think Dragoon would be a B tier for me, probably.
B tier?
Yeah.
Reaper just imitate red mages and dragoons by teleporting off the platforms.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right. Gunbreaker. Gunbreaker is like, it's you know, as a wise person once said, it's 3 DPS in a trench coat.
Yeah.
I really like Gunbreaker. It is not the most fun tank. We all know who my main is. But I think Gunbreaker's solid A.
Sorry if I'm being quiet. I'm fucking with my phone. Well, my new phone.
Oh, that's fine. Machinist. Machinist is, I have a love-hate relationship with Machinist. I know what I just said. Like, hey, you know, I either play Bard or I play Dancer. They're like all my ranged physical DPS that I kind of like them equally. You know, I don't play Machinist that much, and yet, Machinist is an S tier for me. The times I do play Machinist, I'm like, holy shit, why do I not play Machinist more often than I do? and then I forget about it and I go back to Bard or Dancer.
Machinist, the samurai of the physical range DPS. You agree with that?
Yeah, that checks out. That checks out. Ironically, Samurai is my favorite physical DPS, like melee DPS.
And next,
so Monk. Monk is fun. I really like Endwalker Monk. I used to not like Monk at all. Like Monk would be like D or C tier in Shadowbringers.
Yep.
But the changes that they have made, especially with the positionals, the positional tweaks that they've done with Monk, just make it feel so much smoother. Yeah, it just feels
a lot more accessible.
Yeah, I don't know if accessible is the word I would use specifically. I did make them accessible as well. It just also feels smoother, right? When you're like,
it feels like you're not just trying to run towards someone's ass to get in fucking position. You can actually keep your rotation up and keep going.
Yeah, it's a little more complex than that. And you would understand if you played Shadowbringers Monk, but I don't have half an hour to give you an essay on how it worked, so... But yeah, it's just Monk has so many different buttons that string together in combos, and every one of them had a different positional. So it was a constant dance between flank and rear, and you had to remember which step you were on to know, like, hey, where does this positional go exactly? And they simplified that, and it just makes it smoother. You can actually, you know, kind of predict more, and like if the boss suddenly turns around, you just don't drop your whole fucking combo because of that, stuff like that. It just makes it nicer. So like Endwalker Monk, specifically Endwalker Monk, I think would be S tier.
S tier?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Samurai with its measly 2 positional was still doing more damage than Monk for all that effort.
Yeah. Monk was just like, hey, I do like twice the amount of work that any other job does while having no fucking damage. Fuck me. Yeah. But even then, Monk has some group utility, but not like... If you want to take a group utility job that even has respectable DPS, like, let's just take the Ninja, which is, you know, helpfully the next one on the list.
Whatever the circly boy is.
Ninja, I just said it.
I know I'm being a smartass.
Yeah. Like Ninja is, I don't like Ninja that much, right? But the utility of a Ninja cannot be denied. Like Trick Attack is really strong. That said, I'm not a big fan of the whole, you know, whatever it's called, the combo system that they have. I don't remember what it's called.
Trick Attack.
No, that's not. That's a raid buff.
Oh.
Trick Attack, the Mudras, yeah. I'm not a fan of those. I would say C for Ninja. Like it's, yeah, aesthetically.
So basically, you bring a Ninja just for the Trick Attack? Sometimes?
Basically.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, you can bring whatever job for whatever content you want, right? Just you can clear anything with anything. This is not World of Warcraft. Let's put it that way. And then Paladin, my main, S tier. Actually, I would request that you put it at the front of S tier. Just scoot everything over.
Nope.
Put it right at the front of S tier. It is my actual main.
Sitting there. It's sitting.
Why?
Because.
Well, why? I don't understand. I really don't understand.
There. Okay.
I really just don't understand why. But
I'm
okay.
being a smartass.
It's not funny.
It's fucking hilarious. Thank you very much.
Nah. Okay, Red Mage. It's, I mean, you know, Black Mage tier.
Black Mage tier? OD?
Yeah, it's magical DPS. Do not like. Just nope.
Apparently Res Mage?
Res Mage too, yeah.
I'd give...
Like, I understand the power of a red mage. I just, this is the list of who do I like to play, right? If we're going power, then this half this list would be turned around. But I'm not basing off of that, right? Like black mage would also probably be S tier if we're going off of that. But it's just not what I'm concerned with here. And in fact, I would rather play black mage than red mage. Samurai S tier. It is my favorite melee DPS. It's just so. I mean, it's fucking smooth brain is what it is, right? You don't want to. You want to turn your brain off, but still do highest damage. Just play fucking Samurai. You'll be fine. You mess up your fucking combo, no problem. It's like, 0.5% DPS loss. Let's go. I love Samurai. Samurai is just brain dead. It's great for just.
It is full fucking smooth brain. But
it's full fucking smooth brain.
If you want Samurai levels of damage, but don't have an active brain cell, choose Reaper.
Yeah, I've not had a chance to play Reaper yet. Neither Reaper or Sage. I've just not played yet. I need to get around to it. I finished my ARR relic today. My Paladin one. So that's been taking up my time recently. And yeah. I need to try it though.
Reaper is literally a simplified Samurai.
Yeah. It's I need to try it. But yeah. And then we got the what's his face? A Scholar. Scholar makes me sad. It's just Scholar makes me sad.
Sorry if I'm being quiet. I am literally setting up my new phone.
Yeah, that's fine. So, how do I describe my feelings on Scholar? Scholar needs a rework. It needs a rework real bad. I don't like the Aetherflow system that Scholar currently has. It feels like a worse version of the White Mage Lilies or the Sage, whatever the fuck it's called.
Blood for the Blood Lily.
Yeah, like those systems, they function similar, but the Scholar one just feels clunky to use. It feels like it was designed, 5 years ago, which it was. So, like, Scholar kind of needs a rework. That said, Scholar is also, like, I do enjoy when I play Scholar, right? I think I would put Scholar in B
tier?
Yeah.
Okay.
They need to change some stuff in Scholar, and they did make some changes for Endwalker that I do appreciate, but it's just not. Yeah.
Yeah, Sage did to Scholar what Dancer did to Bard, really. Current stage, Sage is just better Scholar, in their opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah. It's just... Scholar has never been particularly good. Before it was Astrologian was just a better Scholar, and now we got Sage as a better Scholar, and, I wish Scholar would be a better Scholar, but maybe that's just me. Summoner is going to be my sole exception to the magical DPS. I like Summoner. It's still magical DPS. I'm still not super keen on it. However, Endwalker Summoner is very mobile. And the reason I don't like magical DPS is because of how static they feel a lot of the time. Not always.
Yeah, isn't Black Mage's nickname literally just Turret? Like, it can do great damage if they don't have to move.
Yeah, basically. But yeah, Summoner has no cast time anymore, basically. Which makes it feel more like a physical range DPS, right? And that's why I like the physical range, is because they can be that mobile, be moving around all the time. And modern Summoner has that, which, makes me like it hell of a lot more. Would I put it alongside Bard and Dancer? Probably not. I think I would put it in B tier. Yeah, I think I would put it in B tier.
B tier? Okay.
It's fun. It still has that magical DPS trope. It's got some spells going on. It's got an interesting rotation that feels a little bit too simple nowadays. It's a long rotation, but not too much happening in it. But it's also long, so it's like, it's like a little more complex than Samurai, just for the memorization that you have to do for your rotation in a way. But it is fun. So, like, shrug. Warrior is fucking OP. Warrior is Unga Bunga.
Unga bunga, unga bunga, unga bunga, unga bunga.
Yes. The only problem is that I don't like Warrior that much. I am very sorry. I know it's strong, but I do not enjoy playing it that much.
As the person here who before they stopped was playing a warrior.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine. It's a fine class, and it's still a tank. I love all the tanks. I put Dark Knight in C, not because I don't like Dark Knight, but because Dark Knight is actually genuinely so bad that it's not fun. Like, the balancing of Dark Knight is completely off. Makes no fucking sense. Where Warrior, if you're like, hey, play a Warrior, and, or like, hey, tank, and you make me play a Warrior, I'll be like, fuck yeah, I'll play a Warrior. That sounds like a great fucking time. But if you allow me to choose, I'll pick a Paladin, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, Warrior, like, it's not a Paladin. By that virtue, it's A tier for me. But I'll still, like, if I have to play Warrior, I'll fucking play Warrior. It's just, I like tanking. Tanking is fun. That is my opinion on tanks.
Oh, that's fair.
Even Dark Knight, despite it being so fucking weird and half broken, like, I'll still have fun playing Dark Knight. And then White Mage. White Mage is my main healer. White Mage is S tier. White Mage is a lot of fucking fun. It's just simple. You press a button and HP goes up, and then you press another button and HP of enemy goes down. Woo! Fancy. I don't know. I like the simplicity of White Mage. I like the flow of White Mage. It just feels good to play.
What are you feeling?
S tier. White Mage is S tier for me. Yeah. I did prefer White Mage and Shadowbringers, but White Mage in Shadowbringers was so good that even if it's less good in Endwalker, it's still S tier, which kind of speaks for how much I like the job, I feel.